Hey YouTube, I just finished The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. It is so wonderful. It takes place in Nazi Germany, and our main character is this little 10-year-old girl named Liesel. I'd heard people talk about it, but they never actually said anything about what the book was about. So I had no idea what to expect from this book. I was expecting something more along the lines of I Am the Messenger, which takes place in modern-day Australia. This is nothing like I Am the Messenger. Not only is Zusak's writing style in Book Thief so different from I Am the Messenger, the stories are complete polar opposites. And I just don't understand how any author can come up with two ideas that are so original, let alone two writing styles that are completely and utterly different from one another. How can an author change their writing style? It's incredible to me. This book is nothing of what I expected. I mean, I knew it had to be good. So many people in my life have loved this book, and so I knew that it had to be good. I had no idea how heartbreakingly beautiful it was going to be. And not even heartbreaking. It's heart-shattering. You always read these books or watch these movies about World War II, but they're never from the point of view of the Germans. They're always from the point of view of the Russians in Stalingrad, or the Americans who come over and free all the Jews from the concentration camps and bring them chocolate. You always just think of the Germans as these horrible, horrible people. And true, there were a few horrible, horrible people in Germany. Hitler and a few of his really devoted followers. But in the case of most of the characters in this book, they're just terrified of what will happen to them if they go against Nazi Germany. And they're just doing really, really evil things because they are terrified and they don't know what else to do. It was a real eye-opener for me to read this book that was about these people that are living in Germany during this time and the troubles that they're going through. And so many terrible things happen to these people as well. There's a line in this book that I just found incredibly moving, and I'm going to read it to you. This is when the book thief is in a library and she's looking at all of the books around her, and this is what she says. "Don't make me happy. Please, don't fill me up and let me think that something good can come of any of this. Look at my bruises. Look at this graze. Do you see the graze inside of me? Do you see it growing before your eyes, eroding me? I don't want to hope for anything more. I don't want to pray that Max is alive and safe, or Alex Steiner, because the world does not deserve them." There are very few books that make me sob as I read the words. I cry at a lot of books. I don't think I have ever cried this hard while reading a book in my entire life. And as I'm sitting there, tears rolling down my face, how do I explain in this review how this book is making me feel? And then on the very last page is the perfect words. I wanted to ask her how the same thing could be so ugly and so glorious, and its words and stories so damning and brilliant. This book is a masterpiece. I'm getting all teary, oh my gosh. In the future, when some committee is deciding which books from this generation should be classics, this book had better be it. This book has classic written all over it, and I can see people for generations reading this book over and over and over again. There are just not enough words in the English language to describe how beautiful this book is. And for those people out there that say that the Holocaust never happened, yeah, I'm talking about you, Ahmadinejad. There are places still standing in testament that it did. And if you don't believe it, read this book. It may be fiction, but I have never read a piece of fiction that has convinced me to anything more than The Book Thief has convinced me that the Holocaust was a real thing. I highly recommend this book. And I'm sorry for the politics and everything that I threw in. It's a glorious story, and I think anyone would love it. The next book on my list is Graceling by Kristen Kishore. If you're interested in buying The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, there are links in the sidebar.